Good morning, good people. Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Hey, it's good to be here. It's a blessing to be with you guys on this week. This is Monday, another trading week. The Dow has closed a negative every day last week, even though it may have opened up positive, but it has closed negative. For those of you that are new to the page, like, subscribe, notification bell. Hey, I want you guys to listen to this right now, and we'll discuss it.
Optimistic or any more bullish? We had a Piper Sandler technician on who said 4,600 on the S&P. We'll get through 4,200, and this is more than just a bear market rally, only to retest the lows.
Yeah, I think, technically, certainly anything can happen. That could happen. I think from a fundamental perspective, to get really bullish from here, you have to essentially be betting on things that have never happened before. So you'd have to be betting on the Fed tightening by at least 500 basis points and you're not having a recession. You'd have to bet on some sort of fiscal austerity not impacting the overall economy because the bill has come due for all the fiscal profligacy that we've had. And so from my perspective, I'm still quite cautious on the economy and the markets. And a lot of it comes down to the fact that, as I said before, the bills come due in terms of QE. The Fed, it may have stopped tightening. I would say that's very likely, but the idea that the Fed's going to start easing anytime soon, I think, is very, very unlikely. And as Mike said, you have a window here between the last tightening and the first easing. The irony, though, is that after the first easing, if you get a recession, the market tends to get tagged pretty good because of the lags involved in monetary policy. By the time the Fed starts easing, you realize that you're actually in a recession. So I'm still cautious that we're defensively positioned in the portfolios that we oversee.
Why is there?
So you see, he was saying that before the recession, the markets usually don't bottom before the recession, right? And I agree with this gentleman. There is a billionaire investor that made some quite interesting comments this morning, and I will be playing that on my video later on this afternoon. But first, today is Moo Monday. Make sure you download the second link below, right? Just do it. Second link below, Moo Monday. Get your 20 free stock deposit today. And while we're at it, let's get this in the way, not out of the way. Stock Up You. Stock Up You is the first link in the bio below. Learn how to trade. Learn how to make money in this market. All right. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Sounds like a rug pull incoming. Good morning. Yep. Hey, let's listen a little more because he says some pretty interesting stuff, and then I'll talk with you guys. Right? Let's see.
Sort of an old saying that you should buy right at the bottom of a recession. And how long would the recession be? How do you time it? Because a lot of times that's a time when stocks bottom. Right?
It's true.
And the recession is obvious to everyone.
Right. Well, and I would say, though, Joe, there's no sense that we're in recession right now. There's never been a bear market which bottomed before the recession. And that's likely what people who are bullish.
All right, let's unpack that. There's never been a bear market that bottomed before the recession. And that is true. Let's keep going.
Right now, they're saying that the market bottomed in October, and now people are looking to 2024. I'm saying I don't really see it that way because in every instance, the market bottoms after the recession starts. I don't think we've quite started yet.
Market bottoms after the recession starts, right? So here's what the problem is with that. In 2008, when the market bottomed, right, they announced it in 2009. And when they announced that they were in a recession, or should I say we were in a recession in 2009, they literally said it started in 2007. So that's what's tricky about what this gentleman is saying. Let's continue.
There are some cracks that are showing. The last man standing in terms of the economy, which is not insignificant, is labor and the employment picture. Claims are starting to move up, but the unemployment rate is 3.4%. There's still a shortage of labor, so it's hard to get a recession when you have the employment at this level. But I think as corporate profits continue to roll over, I think you're going to see higher unemployment.
And we need to go below the October lows, or we could revisit them and that could be the bottom.
I think you could revisit them and that could be the bottom. I think, we're using $200 for S.
I also too think that we could revisit the October lows. And just think about this, good people. If we sink beneath the lows of October and you miss that, me personally, if we revisit the lows of October, I think that is a good buy signal. And you say, hey, Larry, what happens if it sinks below the October lows? I don't care. You can't shrink. You can't guess the exact bottom. But I'm good with buying at the October lows. And remember, there's a gentleman that came on last week. I played the video for you. I think he was a bit much. He says that with this debt ceiling problem, he suggests that we could fall by 40 to 45%. I doubt it. Myself, Stocks with Josh, we discussed it. We think somewhere in the area of 30 to 35%, which will put you lower than the October lows. Let's see if he says something else, because all of this is quite helpful.
500 operating earnings this year. If you put a 16, 17 multiple on that, that gets you 3,400. That's around where we were in October. But I just think right now at 4,200, you're betting on something that's never happened before, which is that investors look through a recession. And I get that question all the time. This is the most anticipated recession of all time. Why wouldn't investors look through it? I would say, based on my experience, once the bullets start flying and earnings estimates start to come down, you start to get negative economic news, people are not quite as willing.
Effect.
Yeah, you start to wonder whether things
What
will
if
just
they're
get
in
worse.
So you and I know that just like this pinned comment, recession, blah, blah, blah. I hear you. I am actually tired of hearing about it, but I have to continue to report it, because when it does happen, and it will happen, whether it's the last quarter of this year or whether it gets pushed back into 2024, the reality is we want to know when the recession is coming. We can't time the bottom like this gentleman said, and I agree that the market does not bottom out before the recession. The trick is that they announce the recession after the recession has already taken place. They announce it after we're already in a recession. That's just like you are walking backwards and about to bump your head, and you bump your head, bam, and then somebody yells, "Watch out." What good is that? Okay, so I feel you on that, good people. It's just a lot to unpack, right? So we already had opening bell. I'm going to keep this one short and right to the point. Let's see where these indices are and go from there. Let's blow that up. And let's see, we have the Dow down again. We have the S&P and the NASDAQ, all right? So pretty flat, good people, pretty flat today. There is not a lot going on with this. I just wanted to come on this morning and talk to you guys for a little bit and just see how the market is going. Now, just remember, the Dow opened up all last week, should I say, green, and closed red every single day. All right. So I'm going to just check in for a few, and we're going to cut this one off this morning. Hey, Willie Ashford, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Yep. We're in a recession since 3 weeks ago. I disagree. I think the recession started in 2022. Look at 2022. Go from January 2022. I can guarantee you they're going to say that, right? Overtime is not existing right now, Kathy. Wow. Yeah. You agree with me. Yep. If it hits October lows, then it's a great buying opportunity. I do too. There comes a time when you just have to get in, and you have to make a strategy, and you have to get in, right? So that's where I am with it all. All right. Hey, Larry, do you have any? No. I'm sorry. I don't have an email for you to ask questions. I'm just bombarded with business stuff, and I just can't answer everyone's question. That's why I do this, so I can answer the questions. Good morning. I come on and I don't ask you guys for a super chat to talk with you guys. I love talking with you guys, and I just shoot it to you straight. If there's a question I don't know an answer to, I just say I don't know, or I'll have to research. But what I think, I come to you and I give it to you guys straight. I give it to you guys for free. And I just want to say thank you because a lot of you guys are sharing this page and this page continues to grow. I continue to give you guys the truth, straightforward truth, tell you what I think, not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. And you guys continue to share this page. So I'm going to call this Mic Check Monday. Yep, Mic Check Monday. Yes, it's Moo Moo Monday, but it's Mic Check Monday. I'm asking every one of you to share my page with at least 3 people, especially if they're friends of loved ones, because when this thing does turn around, just think about the buying opportunity that we're going to have in this bottom. All right? Yep. Yes, sir. I am still cashed up. Yep. I am still cashed up. I am. That's it. When you come in there, hey, I would love that cup of coffee, my friend. I would love that cup of coffee. Hey, good people, just remember, a lot of you guys have downloaded it, but you haven't deposited. You gotta have a minimum of $100 put in. You guys could see with $100, you're already at 10 free stock if you do the math there. And then let's continue to learn. Let's continue to learn with Stock Up You. Eventually, I will have a whole chapter with crypto on here. Okay, good people, at no extra cost. Everything is a one-time payment. The discount continues. The price that it is the discount. No coupon codes needed. None of all of that foolishness. It's just what it is. All right. I'm going to call it foolishness because other people do it. I may too. All right, Jack. I appreciate you guys. Hey, make sure you hit that like button. Remember, choose to have a good day today. Live, love, laugh, learn, and earn. I always say, be kind, rewind, do it again. Be blessed.